Do animals play a vital role in our agricultural and food production system? They sure do. I'm Dr. Brett Scher, the medical director at dietdoctor.com, and I just finished a live Q&A with Diana Rodgers. Now, if you haven't heard of Diana, you got to go back and watch my podcast with her, but also her book, Sacred Cow, The Case for Better Meat, and her documentary by the same name, Sacred Cow, are both really impressive and worth spending some time with. And in fact, as a Diet Doctor member, you can watch her documentary for free up until December 17th. So if you see this before then and you haven't had the opportunity, please go watch her documentary. If you miss it and you're watching this after that time, there still may be some opportunities. And in our Q&A, she talks about how you can get access to the documentary. And it's so important because part of this is getting it out, getting the message out to other people. And that was one of the things I really liked about the Q&A is how she talked about how, if you're involved in schools or an educator or even know people who are, you can promote a showing of the film, because it really provides a wonderful counterpoint to, let's face it, a strong push behind vegan documentaries. And one of Diana's main principles in this book is really understanding the broader picture, not letting our biases and our own narrative kind of push what we think is the right science or the right message, but really looking at it from a broader perspective and questioning her own beliefs. And we talk about in the Q&A, which I think is such an important point. But this is a big issue, from politics to land use to personal health to the health of our loved ones. And it really sort of impacts all those different areas where meat and where cattle, where animals fall into this. And a lot of people are surprised to learn the nuances, that how important animals are for the land, that the so-called, better for the environment foods can destroy land with monoculturing, and they destroy lives, whether it's the rabbits or the birds, or the gophers and the squirrels and all the other lives involved with creating that food. But those are nuances that we don't always hear in the headlines, and that's what Diana really does a good job explaining in this Q&A and in her documentary and her book, that this diet of least harm actually isn't a vegetarian or vegan diet, but yet that's the common narrative. But we need to understand more of the details to understand why that's the case. And, details aren't always our strong point as a human race, I guess we can say. And the same is for land use, right? There's the argument that, well, we're using so much of our land, and if we could just grow crops on that land, we can make better use of it. Well, first of all, a lot of that land you absolutely can't grow crops on, and she talks about this as well. And you can only have grazing animals on it, and that serves such an important purpose. But also, it's not just about creating calories. We don't just need more calories. We need more nutrients. We need more food that's going to sustain us and make us healthy. So there where you talk about a very protein-dense food, like an animal-based product versus more corn, wheat, and soy, which is going to help us become a healthier population. There's a lot of debate about that, but I certainly agree that the animal-based production plays a very important role there. We also talk about how you can get involved, how individuals can get involved to help promote the message, not just the film, but promoting it as an individual around your local communities. So really important. So anyway, I hope you enjoy watching the Q&A that we have. It's definitely worth looking into, as well as, like I said, Diana's book, Sacred Cow, and the documentary, and of course our podcast. So lots of ways to learn a lot of very important information to help this discussion, which is not going away, and we really need to be a part of to help keep the nuance and the details. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.